Hello and welcome back to Manifesting with the Moon. I am Kristy Sturdivant and I am here with Stephanie Cartwright for the final new moon of 2025 in the sign of Sagittarius. Whoa, Steph, it's crazy. How are you feeling? How are you feeling about this year? Tell me everything.
Well, you know what? It's been a good year. There's been a lot going on, but I'm really enjoying just using the moons twice a month, connecting with the energy, and just kind of like checking in with myself. Oh, how do I feel this new moon or full moon? Yeah, how about you? Are you enjoying this connection?
I am. I'm really I feel like I have definitely deepened into like the moon energy and more into my intuition. And I kind of love that this final new moon of this first year of doing it is in the sign of Sagittarius, which is my moon sign. So it feels very
Oh,
appropriate for me.
yeah,
And
definitely.
yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling very contemplative and considering that Sagittarius is very go, go, go and everything. I don't really feel that. I feel very settled into the energy right now, despite all the chaos around us. So I think that's nice.
Yeah, that sounds lovely.
Mhm.
So before we came on, one of the things I did, I was just looking at this new moon in Sagittarius and, pairing the Sagittarius energy with the new moon and looking out there, what it basically is saying is it encourages us to shake things up in your life. And it kind of got me thinking, shaking up doesn't have to be shaking up like chaos. Shaking up doesn't have to be big or dramatic, does it? Shaking up can also be about making bold steps. So, what I mean by that is almost like maybe this is more about being brave, shaking up. So, if we've been putting off something, maybe we've been tolerating something, that we need to take a bit more of a leap and get out of a comfort zone, maybe, rather than a big dramatic thing. It could just be get out your comfort zone message for this new moon.
Yes. Yes. I feel that very much. When you said shake it off, I imagined like when my dog comes in and they're just shaking off their energy, you know how they go all the way from your tail to head and it's just like just shake
Yeah,
off this last little bit. It doesn't have to be super, super major. It's just like loosen up the energy a little bit more and kind of sit in it, a, which is really nice. I don't feel like that's chaotic at all. And it's very timely right now as we are going into the solstice in a couple of days, right? And
hmm,
so it does feel like this very natural big shift. It doesn't feel very chaotic like it normally
no,
does. It just feels kind of nice and gentle and like kind of what I imagine, I've never been to a chiropractor, but like what I imagine like when you get into that final alignment where you're just like, ah, that's nice, which I feel like has
yeah,
been very, very much happening in my personal like world, right? Like there's been some things that I've been holding on to and I'm just like, I'm not doing this anymore. And it's like, oh, this is something you've been thinking about for a while.
yeah,
Now you're actually doing it. Congratulations. This feels right.
yeah. And that kind of also ties in with that archer kind of image with Sagittarius of pinpointing something and making that targeted effort of, I'm just going to, that's the thing, I'm just going to take that, shake that off, that specific. And that is the shift that I need to make, something that I've been putting off. I can see you thing that's holding me back. I'm going to get rid of that, move on. Time to let go.
Yeah, it feels very new and exciting. I don't know,
Mm,
like that's what I've been feeling like. I'm like, I feel like I've been in this rest period and I can almost like feel my energy building. And it's like, oh, okay. Because I think normally during this time, I don't really take that time to rest. And so I do feel like I'm gathering energy and I'm kind of like targeting something in the future to, slingshot forward, I guess. I heard that on a
yeah.
podcast and I was like, "Oh, I love that." Like 2025 does feel like it has pulled you back and is getting ready to slingshot you out.
Yeah. And I guess this is the thing is look for where you're going, notice what the target is, and then move towards it.
Yes. Yeah. I feel like that is very appropriate right now as we are
Mm.
getting ready to close out this season with the solstice. So are you doing anything special for this new moon, Stephanie?
Well, what I have done is I did a card pull because I haven't done a
Ooh.
card pull for a little while when with a new moon. So I decided that I would do that. So I pulled two cards, one to represent my intentions and one to be almost like my action. Okay.
Mm.
So the card that I got with my intentions, interestingly, I used the tree Ogham card, my Celtic tree oracle, which is this one
Ooh.
here, which is really, really nice images. And this card represents, bizarrely, the intention card, and it actually represents the end. It's actually almost like it's called the code road, but it's basically grove. It's the endings. It's the kind of coming to an end, the path at the end, but also therefore your new path. So the endings and the beginnings. So we're right at that cusp point. So talk about timely. So intentions, we're at a turning point. But my card to do with the action was Heather. Now, Heather is really interesting because it can be burnt to the ground and regenerates. So you can be completely almost like destructive in your ending, knowing that your destructive is actually stimulating brand new growth. It brings back and restores, Heather. So it's actually a very restorative. So for me, the key message I've got from this is the actions that I take in where I'm moving forward will also bring restoration as well as new growth. So this is the thing is so the changes that I'm making now, these actions that I'm going to put in place can be completely, I'm just going to get rid of this bit of my life. Maybe I'm going to turn around. I'm just thinking, I know I've done this, I haven't done this, but this would be a really good example. I'm not going to drink alcohol. Okay. I'm going to give up drinking alcohol. So, but where I'm moving towards is being more healthy and having, using more healthy coping mechanisms, let's say, to relax. Okay. So actually, the complete end isn't destructive. It's an end, but with a clear, healthy growth of something new. Does that make sense? So I
Oh,
think that that's what Heather's message is about. It's about what you're then going to create is going to be really great and really beautiful.
that feels very synchronistic, especially since Sagittarius is a fire sign, and you do have to do that controlled burning sometimes in the
Mhm.
forest, which Heather feels very appropriate for that, and especially as this is the final new moon of this 2025. So that's really nice. Wow,
Yeah, really
good card
supportive.
pull.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
so I think, the key message is really that supportive energy of Heather of it's whatever we decide to let go of and release and wherever we're moving towards, actually move towards the growth of it. Allow yourself to allow it to be different and grow into whatever it needs to be because it just is something to almost like accept and enjoy rather than be fearful and nervous of.
Yes, that feels really nice. I know that as this week, as I have gone through this, like almost um, confrontational phase, right? Like I am very hesitant to be confrontational and I kind of like to stay in the background. And like everything is like, nope, not doing that anymore. And so I've been like forced into these situations that have made me like really highly anxious and very uncomfortable because it's very out of my comfort zone. But after I do it, I'm like, oh my gosh, that feels so nice and everything. It's like I'm burning this past version of myself. Not burning, that sounds really dramatic, right? But like
Oh no, but Heather's a
shedding.
good symbol for it. So
Yeah. Like walking through the flames, right? It's like walking across those coals where I'm like, oh, look at me. This is what I should have done a long time ago, but it feels like it feels like there's no choice anymore. Like it's like
Hmm.
this is how you were, and you're going to be presented with these opportunities until you just can't take it anymore. So you might as well just suck it up and do it.
Yeah, and
So
grow
it's
into
nice.
it.
Yeah.
Almost like let go of that identity of I can't deal with these situations and embrace the identity of I can deal with these situations.
Yeah, and it feels very empowering. So lean
Mhm.
into that, whatever that may be, because it can be very scary. The unknown is very scary, especially as we are approaching the shortest day of the year. We are literally walking into like the darkest night up here in the northern hemisphere, right? So it feels very
Hmm.
like fraught with all of these shadows that maybe you have been fighting off, but just, let them come in. Let them do
Yeah,
their thing, transmute them into light, right? It's a temporary
yeah,
thing. Let the fire guide you.
yeah, yeah. I love that. That's a really nice expression. Let the fire guide you.
Ooh, yeah. Mm, that's
Yeah, and
nice.
let yourself grow into that new version of you.
Yes. That new version
Mm,
of you is definitely ready to come out, definitely needed right now. Don't fight it.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. And use that Sagittarian energy to make this new you brave changes, brave steps. Be bold.
Yes. What a good note to end on. We'll just make this like a really quick new
Yeah,
moon session unless you have anything else to add.
no, that sounds great. Enjoy the new moon.
Yes. And we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.